When a narcissist betrayed you and is done with you, this is what you can expect. What happens to a person's physical and mental health after being abused by a narcissist? This will be our today's discussion. Everyone should watch this. Few people can identify to the experience of being mistreated by a narcissist, but those who have been through it know how unique and lonely it can be. Why? Reason being, few individuals have ever had to deal with a true narcissist. They then begin to probe for information, such as, why did you remain so long? For what reason did you fail to foresee this eventuality? And a bunch of related inquiries. Questions like this are isolating and distressing because they encourage victims of trauma to mistrust their own memories. The constant internal dialogue goes something like this. Am I being too dramatic? Do I seem to be building a mountain out of a molehill? Is it just me, or have I lost my mind? You are not, in fact. I assure you, it's for your own good. I'll explain why this is the case in greater detail. There are 5 telltale red flags that indicate an abusive dynamic in your relationship with a narcissist, and I'll go over them with you now. In order to begin receiving updates from this channel, please subscribe and enable notifications by clicking the bell icon. You can help us out tremendously and ensure that you never miss an update by subscribing to our channel. I guess we can begin then. First of all, you have a very wrong idea of who they are. You should expect a narcissist to change a lot in how they treat you over the course of your relationship. At first, they are kind and caring, but as time goes on and their power grows, their true colors show, and a monster you never knew existed comes out. But this ugly thing doesn't last long, and this nice guy is back in no time. So that you don't get even a little bit away from them, they move around all the time and never show you who they really are. It's also hard to think and feel when things don't make sense. Not only do your happy and sad feelings from different times not add up, but the same is also true for the other way around. In a healthy relationship, one person doesn't change the way they are. There is no change between Dr. Jekyll and Ms. Hyde that is hard to explain. But with a narcissist, you never know what to expect. It's hard to understand how someone can be so cruel and cold one minute and then so nice and angelic the next. Sometimes the same person who cheers you up can also be the source of your greatest suffering, and this is a paradox that your mind has a hard time wrapping its head around. So, it's hard to understand. You wonder if they really are self-centered. If that's true, why did they do something good? Why did they seem so great at a certain point in your relationship? This kind of probing never happens between two people who are happy with each other. Why can't you decide if you like the person you were with or not? Do you have a good idea of who they are? Share your thoughts in the space below to let other survivors know they aren't alone. Second, you feel emotionally tied to the narcissist, even though you know you should leave. This is because narcissists are always changing, so it's hard to know how they'll act. Somehow, just being around a narcissist makes your body and brain react in a way that makes you want to be with them. You know in your head that being with this person would be bad for your health, but you still want to be with them. It's your nervous system, not them, that wants you to feel better. You want to have relationships that mean something to you. Even when you were just getting to know them, you felt something for them. You wish you could be with them, but you'd rather be by yourself. This isn't how normal relationships work. It hurts, but you have to leave someone if you don't want to be with them. On the other hand, being around a narcissist can make you feel like you're locked up. Even though you know you have to move on, a part of you wants to hold on to what is now hopeless. Believe that you won't be able to quit. I wish they could see what a terrible mistake they are making. No matter how hard you try or how long you wait, things never get better. In fact, things are getting worse. Third, you're going through a lot of emotional pain and sadness. When you've been hurt by a narcissist, your grief is more complicated because you've lost both reality and fantasy. You're sad because your hopes for a better future with this person have been shattered. You're miserable because you've given up so much to be with this person, like your time, love, work, money, children, etc. You're sad because you can now see how easy it was for them to control you and trick you while you were with them. This deep sadness is caused in large part by the emotional pain of being lied to. Since all of their love bombs were for nothing, they betrayed you at the worst possible time. Someone always turned against you. They made you think that your point of view was the right one. When they left you to fend for yourself among the wolves, they seemed to betray you. That makes sense of why you've been hurting so much. In a healthy relationship, none of these things would ever happen. Even though you're sad, it won't kill you. When a narcissist hurts you, it takes a long time and a lot of work to get over it. Your grief is made up of many different thoughts and feelings. 4. You are completely surprised. You can't really understand how bad people can be until you see it for yourself. You've been lied to, taken advantage of, and tricked into thinking that a beautiful lie is true. We were supposed to have good dreams, but we only had bad ones. Their first words have thrown you off because they have turned your world upside down. You can't believe they have such a dark and nasty side. You can't understand how someone could change so much or be nothing but a lie. When things go wrong like this, it's easy to doubt how resourceful you are. When this happens, you might start to doubt your ability to make decisions and wonder if you missed the obvious. You're a fool for not seeing what was going on and stopping the surprise. The truth about the narcissist and your relationship with them is cold, heartless, and trapping. You can't believe that it was all just a show. There was no sincerity, honesty, closeness, or family ties at all. All of it was just a game with your life. No one can tell you why someone would act like this. This is the 5th and final one. The most recent one is that you have signs of complicated PTSD. It's signs that aren't usually linked to trauma from narcissistic abuse, but it's happening to you. You have problems like not being able to sleep, not wanting to eat, being easily startled, being overly alert, being tired all the time, having emotional and visual flashbacks, feeling disconnected, and having trouble focusing and concentrating. Memory, body, or hormone problems like IBS, Crohn's, fibromyalgia, MS, or hypothyroidism are considered extra. Your recovery from narcissistic abuse is made harder by symptoms like cognitive dissonance, trauma bonding, and Stockholm syndrome that are very specific to this type of abuse. When a good, steady relationship ends, none of these feelings come up. You feel sad, but you get better in the end. Just forgive yourself and them and move on with your life. That's the end of the story. It's important that you move forward. Not a single loose end remains. When you break up with a narcissist, there's a lot to think about. When you're with someone who is very demanding and stressful, your body and brain change and help you stay alive, and that makes your whole body and brain feel stressed. Of course, they would wear out, and the tiredness that resulted would show up as new health problems. If you're having both unique and common signs of trauma, it's clear that the person you were with was very unhealthy. Also, there were other problems. You've had a lot of hard times and pain. Before I end this episode, I want you to tell me which of these signs you most strongly identify with. Leave your guesses in the comments and let me know what you think. The episode for today is over. The next one I'll tell you about. While we wait, let's work on getting healthier. We'll see you in the next video.